during the hippie movement. Okay, and don't worry, I'm not going to tell you my entire life story, but just to give you an idea, I am 51 years young. You know, in Jeunesse, we love to share our age. That's something unique here. And the bigger that number, the better. My name is Dr. Julian Chua, and just to be clear, I'm not a medical doctor. I have a permanent head damage, a PhD. Okay, I graduated in the field of engineering, first degree in mechanical, and then I was given a scholarship to do my PhD in civil engineering, which I obtained from London. Then upon returning back to Malaysia, I got into the IT industry instead because it was a booming sector at that point in time. I'm very blessed because I've been in IT sector now for over 20 plus years, but I've actually owned and operated my own businesses for the last 20. And I'm blessed to be actually a pioneer of the very first business I ever got into. And being a pioneer is a blue ocean opportunity. I could command the kind of fees that I felt I deserved. And the first 10 years was just amazing. But the biggest issue, the biggest problems that I faced in traditional business was that every time I trained someone, they would eventually leave. But you see, it wasn't an issue the first 7-8 years of my life, of my business. But as the time went on, this cycle kept getting shorter and shorter. So my wife understood my struggles. So through over 3.5 years ago, she asked me to help her build this as a business. So I'm sure there are a lot of wives here. Aren't there today here? Are there a lot of wives? Yes. Do you want to know how to at least get your husbands to look into this business? Yes. Do you want to know that? Yes. Yes, great. You see, what my wife did, she was dead serious about me working with her on this opportunity. I knew I couldn't say no without good reason. So what I did at that point in time, I took whatever was given to her, I started to do my due diligence. And what I discovered, it blew me away. Because I knew this company, despite being very young, already had everything to make it very successful. What I call, my apologies, I'm actually losing track, what I call the 4 pillars of strength here in Jeunesse. And essentially I looked at the people, the founders, I looked at the products, the people behind them, I looked at the plan that the company offered. And you know, Jeunesse Comp Plan at that point in time was voted as the friendliest compensation plan out of the top 100 DSN companies. And lastly, I looked at positioning and timing. I know I do not have time to go through all this, but our Chief Development Officer, Dennis Windsor, actually, he joined us in 2016. He actually covers the 5 whys of why Jeunesse. So I will check his training on that. Let me move on. So essentially, what I discovered, I started to get very excited because I realized I could start to dream again, especially my biggest dream in life. And just to give you an idea about my dream, I think you need to know where I'm coming from. Essentially, with my traditional business, it was already becoming stagnated. It wasn't growing as big as it should be. Because the problem, as I mentioned, you know, training and leaving. So, this is my 3 work-life philosophy that I believe in, that I live by. And essentially, if you follow the first 2, you're going to be very successful in whatever businesses that you get into. So are you in a business here in Jeunesse? Yes. We are. Yeah. So the first is it always starts with value. The greater the value, the greater our potential for success in any business we get into. So let me ask you this question. What values are you bringing into your Jeunesse business? I know that some of you are still very new in this platform. You wouldn't be able to share your values at this stage. But as in property investment, it's always about location. In this business, in Jeunesse, it's about leverage. So what you need to do is just leverage initially on your leaders to help share the value that Jeunesse offers. Leverage on the tools that the company offers us, and leverage on the events like this one we're having today. That's all you need to get started in this platform. The next, but remember, value is only the potential. The next one is serve. How many people are you able to serve based on the value you are bringing into the marketplace? The greater that number, the greater your success will be in that business, period. So, I've been very blessed. In my traditional business, after about 8 years, I had grown my businesses. I actually had addresses in 3 other countries outside of Malaysia and projects in the region. But you see, here in Jeunesse, in just 3.5 years, my business has actually grown to over 25 countries. Isn't it amazing? You see, the new economy-based business that leverages on the internet, we are able to do so much more. With traditional business, generally we are serving our community. But in this business, the world is our oyster. So the last, which is more of a life philosophy, but it does have tremendous impact on our businesses as well. Essentially, and this is my belief, the biggest blessings that any of us can achieve in life is that of the ability to make a difference in the lives of others. The principle is very simple. The more we bless others, the more we will receive in return, so that we can be a greater blessing. It's very simple. So essentially, through this platform, I started to dream again, because this is something, I wanted to achieve in my lifetime. And I know all the top diamonds here are already doing it, and this is something that I'm working towards as well. The best part, I'm no different to any of you. Okay, I am actually a very reserved person. I wouldn't be caught up here on stage. 3 years ago, if you saw me, you would see I'm a totally different person. So, if you see these 3 words, I know it's philosophical, it's theoretical, but they are words of the heart. Value, serve, bless. So, this platform, I wish that you will take this on, share with passion, share with your heart, transform your lives through this platform and help others empower others to do the same. With that, thank you very much. See you at the top. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got Julian Chua right there.